Hey there, it's Kathy with Be Creative with Kathy. Today I'm going to make another Valentine card that was from our class last weekend. I'm hoping to do one every day this week. We'll see if that happens. I'm not very good at that and probably have to skip Saturday because I'm in a bowling tournament, but blah, blah, blah. So if you missed yesterday's card, you can go back and watch it. If Facebook still has it. If not, I've posted it on my YouTube channel, Be Creative with Kathy. But we did a cute masking Valentine card. So you have to go back and check that one out. But today we're going to do the fancy fold card. Okay, so now we're using retired designer series paper. I had a ton of this paper and it's really pretty. And my class members don't usually mind that I use designer series paper that's retired. Now if you don't have this designer series paper, the designer series paper that coordinates with the Endless Love bundle, that's the bundle we're using. Look how cute that paper looks. And really you could use any paper because with, I even did one with my paper pumpkin. I took one of the card bases here, stay open, and I just cut it down and folded it. Now this one wasn't double-sided, so I just stamped a little bit on the other side. So you could really do this fancy fold with any paper that you have. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, our kits are all cut. I'm going to move this one side. Oh, and so you know, if you don't want Valentine's, look how cute. One of the members at class didn't want a Valentine. They wanted more birthdays, and so it would work as a birthday. And then we just stamp the heart behind instead of stamping the words on there. So that's another option too. But we're going to do a Valentine today, so I'm going to set that there for reference and get out my packet here. Now at class, when you come to class, I like to spoil you, have all your cardstock cut. So your kit looks like this. And I've already cut that designer series paper into the sizes we need, but I thought it might be interesting to show you how I cut the designer series paper. And in that way, when you're making your card, you know how to cut the paper. And I saw this on Demonstrator Planning Place, which is a place for demonstrators on Facebook. And I can't remember the demonstrator that shared, so kudos to her. Sorry, I can't give her more credit. Anyway, so I have a piece of 6x6 designer series paper, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just cut it down to 5 1/4, or I'm going to cut 3 inches off of the bottom. Now if your paper is up and down instead of mine is just random hearts and marble, be sure you have it up and down. So we're going to cut 3/4 of an inch or cut it at 5 1/4 off the bottom, just like that. We're going to save this piece because we're going to use it on the inside of our card. And then I'm going to turn it so that the 6 inches is at the top. Don't forget to do that. It's kind of important. And then I'm going to cut this at 2 1/2. So now this is 2 1/2 by 5 1/4. And we have a piece that's left over that's 5 1/4 by 3 1/2. And we're just going to go ahead and cut that in half at 1 3/4. So just like that, hardly any waste. You have your 6x6 designer series paper cut and ready for your card, which, like I said, was already cut in the packet right here. Okay, so we'll use this one that I just cut. Why not? Because I did all that work. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. We have a card base. We're using Melon Mambo today and some Bubble Bath. Those two, I think, were in the designer series paper. They look good together. Let's use that. So my card base, just 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. Card base here, Melon Mambo. Did I already mention that one? We're going to take this 2 1/2 piece of designer series paper, and I'm going to glue it as close as I can to the middle. Now you could use your grid here and get it all perfect, but I'm a lazy stamper and not very good at perfection. I mean, I could do like high quality, but I'm not going to be perfect. And in fact, if you noticed, and I hope you didn't, on my paper pumpkin card that I showed you, I even cut my cardstock wrong. Don't tell anybody. And it still worked out. So hopefully it's close. That looked close to the center. It's not very straight. Let's try to get it straighter. And now it's not centered. Maybe I am into perfection. Let's try this again. Oh well, I'm going to just try to get close. Good enough. Okay, there we go. We got our designer series paper down. Now we have these two pieces. These were the 5 1/4 by 1 3/4. And I'm going to put the adhesive on the side, on the same side as this one. So just like that. And then I'm going to tape it down here. and line it up. Try to give it that same border all the way around on these 3 sides, so it looks something like that. Do the same thing. Which side do I like? I think I like this darker. I'm going to put it over here. My adhesive, that is, over here. And then tape this one down same way as I did the last one. So let's see. Yep, my borders look okay. It looks something like that. Now here's where the fancy fold comes into place. Let me grab my bone folder. We're going to need that. I'm going to kind of hold my finger up here because I want to fold my cardstock back where this corner of the designer series paper, the under, kind of meets, and I'm kind of just going to fold it back. It's not going to be perfect because, like I said, I am not perfect, but I'm just going to fold it back something like that and then down. Okay, let's do the same thing to this side. I'm going to kind of hold that designer series paper at that corner, kind of fold it back this way, and we'll just line that down like that. Now I might have went a little bit too far down, but we're going to do the same thing down here or up here. And I turned it over. I got to make sure my card, and we're going to just fold that back. Now this part here, doesn't matter if it looks pretty. We're going to cover that up with our heart anyway, or our greeting or whatever. So we're going to just fold it something so it ends up looking like that. Whoops, now I have it upside down. Looks like something like that. But then when we take our heart piece here, it's going to cover up that center, which might not look pretty, but now it looks beautiful, right? So let's go ahead and stamp now. I have a heart here. I have a scrap of bubble bath. Let me tell you, this is 3 inches by 5/8. And this fits that Valentine stamp just right. So with some Melon Mambo ink, drum roll, I'm probably going to get my head in the camera because I'm going to have to get right over that little bubble bath piece, but this Valentine's fits right in there. I'm going to just set that down, let that ink sink into the paper, and get a nice image from that big bold print. Just like that. Okay, now I'm going to use this piece here and kind of just set it on my heart where I want it, and then I'm going to stamp the day up in this corner like that. And then let's do you see what I did? I don't want to stamp day right there. Hang on. I have another heart. I want to stamp happy. We don't say day Valentine happy. We say happy Valentine Day. Okay, pretend like that didn't happen. Let's try this again. Okay, I'm going to set my Valentine there, and I'm going to stamp my happy up in the corner. Oh, brother. It's going to be one of those days. Okay, let's try that again. Stamp our happy up here in the corner. Much better. And then kind of set this where I want it. This way you get your words at the same angle as your little banner in the center. And then we have that. Now that's all the stamping I'm going to do. Although in the stamp set, you saw there's lots of other hearts. If you wanted to stamp something on the inside of your card, you could stamp all kinds of stuff. But I'm going to take that strip. This is the strip we cut off the 3/4 inch at the bottom. And I'm going to lay this on a piece of basic white that is 5 1/4 by 4. It's going to be my inside. I'm going to try to get that straight on there. And then we'll trim that down to size. Let's go ahead and lay this on the inside of our card. Now, if you want to stamp a greeting or something on there, go for it. I don't have any greeting. I'm going to just sign my card in there. Nice and pretty, just like that. Now, I probably could have folded this better, more centered, more, but I'm not even going to, I think it looks just fine. Okay, let's finish up here with my bow. Now, cooperate. Okay, I'm going to use my bow maker, and if you have a bow maker like this, I'm going to just skip one little hole. This is about the right size for my bow. You loop it around over the top and then through the center. Tie a quick little bow here. And slide it off. I'm going to try to keep my tabs to my bow, the strings to my bow at the side. Okay, now to attach this to my little heart, I'm going to strategically place my dimensionals. I'm going to put one dimensional right over the hole in the little heart tag here. And then just a couple around here and one down here. This one is the important one because then when I turn it over, I can just take my bow here and put it right on that dimensional. And that's going to hold down my bow, which is too long. Let's trim these tails down. There we go. Put this on our card now. So really for a fancy card like this, it goes pretty quickly. Even the cutting, because you just have that designer series paper. Oops, I missed one dimensional backing. And that inside, so you could make a bunch of these. And we'll put him about right there. That look pretty good? I think so. And then I'm going to just put 3 or maybe 2. No, I'm going to put 3 little dimensionals right here. And then place our little happy Valentine right there. Now all it needs is some embellishments. And I have a few that I couldn't decide. So on this card, you can see I took the little shaker elements that go with this suite and I glued 3 little hearts on there. I thought that looked really cute. You could also, where was my other card that I had out earlier, the happy birthday one? Okay, he's gone, but I used these gold sequins. What are these called? These are called the neutrals adhesive background. Those would work. I thought about these gold ones here, and then I thought the advent calendar this year came with these really pretty gold sparkly things. I think I'm going to use these on this card. So lots of options for embellishments. Let's see if I can get one more out. There we go. But I'm going to just take my liquid glue and put these 3 little embellishments on there. Lots of options. Take a little bit of glue dots. Whoops, I guess it's going there because I already touched my glue. And one right there. Let's see if I have them. I think they go this way. There we go. Just take that one, stick him right there. Stick him right there. Okay, he doesn't want to stick right there. Yes, nope, no, he likes my finger more. Okay, fine. Be like that. You ever have a embellishment that doesn't want to cooperate? Maybe I need some more glue on there. Now I put my finger in the other. Okay, let's put some more glue. That did not work. Guess we need a little bit more adhesive there. And then, like I said, I stuck my finger in these over here and spread them around. I'm going to get those little glue dots off of there that don't. That was not very smooth. Let's try this again. There we go. A little bit more. That one right there. And this one right there. Ooh, those embellishments look pretty. Look how pretty those are on there. Alrighty, so there's your card for today. You have your inside decorated nice with that strip of paper. You have the fancy fold here on the front and a nice happy Valentine's Day. And like I said, if I could find that other card that, oh, here he is, the happy birthday, you can do that. And I wished I knew what stamp set this was. It was one that Alicia Ray happened to have, because it's Alicia Ray, Mary, and I that do the class together. And she happened to have a happy birthday stamp with her. And that's what we used. If you need to know, be sure and let me know, and I will ask Alicia Ray and leave a comment in the comments. Now, 2 things real quick. If you ever want to see the measurements for my cards, you need to go to my gallery, BeCreativeWithKathy.com, and you can search Valentine, and you can find it that way. If you want to watch my repeats for my videos, I do post them up on my YouTube channel, BeCreativeWithKathy.com, and it has a link to all the product that I used. So more information is out there. BeCreativeWithKathy.com is all my handles, I think you call them. So if you ever need anything, you can look there. Thanks for watching. Hope you make some Valentine cards, and I'll see you back here soon. Bye-bye.